The devastating budget cuts impacting LSU have dominated recent news. What's even more troubling, additional cuts could come during the next legislative session. Tiger TV's Lance Frank sat down with Chancellor Michael Martin to find out the state of the university now and where it's headed.
Chancellor Martin, we've seen about a $43 million reduction in funding for LSU with these budget cuts that we've been talking about. What have students seen so far in these cuts, and what will we specifically see moving on in the near future?
I think we've tried to protect the students to date from the worst of the cuts. I think they will, however, begin to feel the impact on fewer services related to living, being at LSU, perhaps fewer choices with respect to majors, fewer choices and fewer options with respect to sections. And I think you'll also probably see continued problems with respect to deferred maintenance across campus and those sorts of things. So we have tried to protect students from the worst of it, but they will, I think, begin now to feel the impact of absorbing $43 million in cuts.
And you were just talking about maintenance. Before we found out about these cuts, we had about a $200 million backlog for those projects on campus. What do we do now that we're cutting money?
Well, we're going to have to be very creative, and one of the things I think we have to do is go out and generate funds from private donors to help maintain this campus, and in the process maybe name some things after donors, streets, buildings, trees, I'll name anything. I've actually offered the sewage treatment plant to be named for a donor if one would come forward. That has not attracted a lot of attention, but there's going to have to be multiple ways in which we take this on. We can't simply turn to the state and say help us out, because I don't think the state has the means to do it.
And Chancellor, one final quick question: recruitment. Where does that play into all of this? How do you get students to come to LSU with these cuts in the headlines?
Well, we hope we can continue to persuade students who are interested in LSU that we will protect the quality of whatever we do. Now, we may do fewer things than we've done in the past, but we want students to know that we are unambiguously and relentlessly committed to giving every student who chooses LSU the very best education they can get, and one of the very best educations in the country.
Chancellor Michael Martin, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
To hear more from the Chancellor, watch Tiger TV's special report, Your Source, this Monday, March 5th at 3:30 p.m.